I am Patricia Marsh, and I've been a member of First Baptist Maryville for about 26 years, maybe more than that. But anyway, started in the early 90s, and I've been working in lots of activities with at First Baptist Maryville, but one of my most fun and what I enjoyed the most was teaching at MCS. When I finished and retired public school education, I started teaching at MCS when we actually had 45 students. So look how we've grown and what a wonderful school it is, and how proud I am to tell people that I used to teach there. But sometime after a few years of teaching there, I came upon like a crisis that was going on in Fairmont City, and I had always had a yearning to do mission work, and I actually had talked to the International Mission Board about the possibilities for going to Europe for one thing or another. And at that time, the Lord spoke to me and said, "Oh no, they need you in Fairmont City." And a call came from the librarian here who said she had a student had been sitting at the library for 10 days and didn't know why he was there or what to do with him. So I went down to interview him, and his name was Reyes Bañuelos. And Reyes was our first student at the Christian Activity Center. So as we interviewed with him, he was 13 years old and he had been expelled from Collinsville School District. And for no violence or no unfortunate situations. It was just, he's just a really sweet kid that wasn't doing his work. So we needed to find a way to help him integrate into American type society. Now this was 2009, so education was different at those times. So that was the very beginning. So as we started talking to families here in Fairmont City, they had a really difficult time with the English language. And even though the students were bilingual, they still couldn't express themselves well. They couldn't write well enough to be in high school. And our initial goal was to increase the graduation rate. So most of our students were middle school and high school. And at that time, we had rented a two classroom space at Holy Rosary School, and we were tutoring after school. And within just a few years, we were able to do a great job of increasing that graduation rate. At the time, it was about 50%, and by the time we completed like one whole 3-year period for them to be out of high school, we had raised it to about 85%. So, and of course, we're still working on that, but it's not such an issue. And as time went on, we came here into our CAC building at 4012 Maple, and our biggest difficulty here is that we can only take about 40 students at a time. The fire codes require us to limit that just a little bit. So over the last 14 years, we have had many students. Some of our graduates are now college students. I have a few of them who are actually engineers who have gotten their degree in engineering and now gone on to have their own businesses. So we're proud of the work that we've done. Right now, I can tell you that our activities are year-round. We tutor children during the school year from September to May. Then we start the summer food program, which we've been doing for more than 10 years also. And we feed them and play games and have great fun and music and spiritual things that are going on all of June and July. It used to be an 8-week program, but this last summer we've cut it back to it used to be a 10-week program. Now we're cut it back to about an 8-week program. So it's all of June and all of the July, and they usually are going to school by the second week of August. So we have a great group of churches that volunteer and bring us lunches and games and music and and food. So we've been able to not only use it for the purpose of feeding children and spreading the word of Jesus Christ, but we've also invented activities like Bible stories on a blanket, which I think was wonderful, where you put the blanket out in the grass and all of a sudden you've got a whole bunch of 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds that are doing it. We depend a lot on our Christian brothers and sisters to be part of this ministry. It's so expansive and goes in many, many directions. You're welcome to come down and enjoy it with us. Our address is 4012 Maple Avenue in Fairmont City, Illinois, and the telephone number is 618-971-6371. Thanks.